Eye opener. Stupid war games lead to stupid prizes. What might be the dumbest move yet? American leadership has all but guaranteed its and all Western countries loss in a World War III scenario. Whether through pure incompetence or for some other unknown, nefarious, and ultimately anti-American reason, the United States has backed itself into a corner. One from which there would appear to be no smart way out. How else could one explain or justify piling up sanctions against so many countries that you eliminate half the world's population as a potential customer base? How could American leadership think it a good idea to sanction the very countries that currently hold most, if not all, of the minerals America needs for its defensive and offensive weapons? That's right. A few weeks ago, American leadership banned Chinese imports, and in response, China banned exports of minerals that America needs for its weaponry. To learn more about this stupid move, watch the clip below. For a little context and history, China once supplied 75% of the world's rare earth minerals. It did this at the expense of its environment. Mining rare earth minerals is, after all, a very dirty job. So dirty that the rest of the world didn't do it, choosing instead to outsource this task to China, which didn't seem to care about poisoning its environment out of necessity. On a personal note, I saw this banning of rare earth minerals coming years ago and bought stock in several American-based rare earth mineral mining companies. Though against my moral and ethical codes, this was a decision based on a need to secure my family's future. I decided that if no one was going to listen to my warnings, I might as well profit from their insistence on avoiding and ignoring the very obvious facts and trends. I won't go into all of that here because it has all been explained and exposed in the book referenced below. You can read that for yourself. This is just one of the issues discussed in that book called Solutions. In it, the author not only discusses the biggest problems facing humanity, but offers all kinds of solutions, hence the title. When the author wrote this book, he sought to mitigate or avoid some of the worst impacts that would be caused by idiotic or purely selfish decisions being made in Washington, D.C. He wrote it to stop those whose motivations were and are ultimately driven solely by profit, no matter the cost to the rest of us. Mr. Osman wrote the book to highlight the folly of allowing inequality to not only fester, but to dictate most, if not all, decisions being made on behalf of America and its citizenry. Though it would have been better for people to have read and at least tried to implement the changes and solutions explained in the book, when it was originally published, it remains as relevant today as it was then. Possible even more so today, as we seemingly barrel our way towards a nuclear-fueled World War III. To find out other ways you're being screwed by your current leaders, check out the posts on this blog daily. Learn about the biggest and worst issues that America and its people face today. You can also check in to also learn about those issues that America and its people will face in the near and distant future. If, however, you would like to learn about possible solutions to either mitigate the worst impacts of these issues or solutions to avoid them altogether, keep listening. The problems we face are not as complicated as so many leaders and news reports claim. They are man-made and are only claimed as complicated so those who are responsible can maintain control. For example, there is a persistent argument that moving government is like turning a cruise ship around. It is supposedly a long process that can only be achieved incrementally. While this may be true for laws and policies that benefit the majority of Americans, it does not seem to be so for that smallest of American minorities. When one examines the policies and laws that benefit that minority known as the elite or the rich, the speed at which those laws are passed is exponentially faster. While most of us sit on the deck chairs waiting for the Titanic to avoid the myriad of icebergs of which we seem to continually run afoul, the elite ride comfortably in speedboats. If according to our Constitution all men are created equal, why do the rich live quite different lives than the rest of us? Where is our speedboat? In 2018, Chris Osman wrote a book highlighting the problems humanity would face if more power, wealth, and control were funneled to a small cohort of individuals, groups, or organizations. In that book, Mr. Osman provided solutions from himself and others to the inevitable problems we would all face. In it, he also provided a means for the public to analyze, compare, and contrast the words and deeds of those we've chosen to follow against our real-world experiences. To this end, Mr. Osman provides the means for readers to disseminate information as provided by their news sources of choice, their elected officials, and any other authority they choose to follow. The book, titled Solutions, Enough Complaining, Let's Fix America, offers a means to hold leaders up to not just a higher standard than is currently accepted, but one that will improve lives. Don't let the chip on our leaders' shoulder be the burden we carry. Click the link below and get your copy today.